News 7x7 is a unique channel dedicated to the news from dairy industry. Every week you receive brief on top 7 dairy news on this YouTube channel from India and abroad. These news could be seen in detail on our channel dairynews7x7.com also. You may write in the comment box on the dairy topics of your interest. We will try to develop news feature on the same. Your constant feedback and patronage to this channel is our source of top 7 dairy news from the week of August 28th will cover. Amul moved up one step to become 12th largest dairy in the world. Milk procurement prices likely to remain stable or lower in near term. Stellapps among 6 Indian companies to feature on Forbes Asia's 100. Future consumer sells Nilgiri dairy farms to AVA Cholayil. Aavin milk sales up by 7% after reforms, but procurement dips. Labeled climate culprits. EU farmer rebel over new standards. Perfect day. What is driving interest in whey protein? Rabobank's annual Global Dairy Top 20 highlights the result of industry leaders in one of the world's most valuable food sectors. The combined turnover of the Global Dairy Top 20 companies jumped by 7.4% in USD terms. The top position Lactalis took an impressive jump of Euro 4.6 billion, up 20.5% from 2021, which pushed Lactalis to Euro 27.2 billion after first passing the Euro 20 billion mark in 2020. Overall, only 5 companies held the same position as last year. While the first half of the ranking is divided by nearly $15 billion in turnover between the first and 10th positions, a difference of about $3.2 billion separates the 10 companies in the second half of the list. Amul has moved up by one step in 2023, becoming 12th largest dairy in the world, with a total turnover of $7 billion. Behind Unilever at 11th position, India's Amul, 12th position, and France-based Savencia, 13th position, swapped positions, but they remain closely paired with a difference in turnover of about $100 million. Recently, Amul has also been identified as the strongest dairy brand in the world. ICICI Securities report key observations for milk prices based on our discussions with dairy companies and channels checks are. Wholesale milk prices have risen to year-on-year in August 23. There is a steady deceleration in milk price inflation in South India. Inflation has declined from 12.8% in December 22 to 9.6% in August 23, but inflated on month-on-month basis. Milk procurement prices are likely to remain stable or slightly lower till end of calendar year 23. The onset of a healthy flush season, normal monsoon, reducing impact of lumpy skin diseases, and stabilizing global supplies are likely to act as key triggers to stable milk procurement prices. ICICI Securities maintained the thesis of a cyclical recovery in the dairy sector in second half end of FY24 to FY25 end. ICICI team remained constructive on the sector due to its strong return ratios, that is more than cost of capital, across cycles, and likely recovery in margins in second half of FY24. We have a buy rating on Heritage Foods, add on Dodla Dairy, and hold on Hudson Agro. Forbes Asia unveiled its third annual 100 to watch list, which highlights rapidly growing small companies and startups making waves across the Asia-Pacific region. The companies on the list include those that are either targeting untapped markets or harnessing state-of-the-art technologies. Singapore leads the pack with 20 of its companies on the list. This year, only 6 Indian companies have secured spot on the list. These are Apna Club, Exponent Energy, ID5, Kaledofin, Red Health, and Stellapps Technologies. Stellapps, founded in 2011, aims to modernize India's dairy supply chain by using Internet of Things (IoT) devices to enhance milk collection and manage cold chain storage. It has introduced MooOn, a wearable device labeled as a Fitbit for cows, designing to monitor the activity and reproductive cycles of livestock. Stellapps claims it collaborates with 3 million farmers and is backed by 500 global ABB Technology Ventures, BNext, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Bloom Ventures, Celesta, IDH FarmFit, Nutreco, Omnivore, Qualcomm Ventures, and VH Capital. Debt Return Future Consumer Limited announced the sale of its dairy business, Nilgiri Dairy Farm, to AVA Cholayil Healthcare for a total consideration of Rs 67 crores. The purchase consideration of Rs 67 crore shall be paid in 3 tranches on meeting certain conditions. This deal includes its franchise operation, retail trade operations, and the sourcing, processing, packaging, and marketing of its dairy products, bakery products except cookie plant, and FMCG, staples, and other products. Cholayil Healthcare is in the business of manufacturing, marketing, and distributing personal care and food products and running a chain of wellness clinics and hospitals. Turnover of NDFPL was at Rs 39.65 crores, constituting 10.4% of the consolidated turnover of Future Consumer. In 2014, FCL acquired NDFPL and its subsidiary Nilgiri's convenience store chain for around Rs 300 crores. The state-run Aavin's daily milk sale is up by 7% in districts outside Chennai, but a sharp decline in procurement remains a challenge. To stop Amul's market penetration, Aavin introduced a slew of administrative reforms recently to avoid delays and improve quality. The efforts have started to pay off with Aavin's daily sales figure in rural areas and tier 2 cities has touched 16 lakhs now. It was around 15 lakhs in August 21, according to official data. Chennai's daily sales figures crossed pre-COVID levels last month. However, there has been a 24% drop in milk procured from dairy farmers through registered societies. Last August, Aavin procured over 38 lakh liters of milk every day. At present, it has bought only 28.7 lakhs. Still, over 8,000 villages in the state are not having VLCs when the state's milk production is abundant. Corroborating this, government data suggests that out of the total milk production in Tamil Nadu, Aavin is procuring only 12% of the milk. To meet climate goals, some European countries are asking farmers to reduce livestock, relocate or shut down, and an agri backlash has begun reshaping the political landscape before national elections in the fall. This summer, scores of farmers descended on the European Parliament in France, Belgium, Italy, and Spain to protest against new EU rules aimed at restoring natural areas and cutting emissions that contribute to climate change. This discontent has underscored a widening divide on a continent that is on the one hand committed to acting on climate change, but on the other often deeply divided about how to do it and who should pay for it. The disappointment of farmers with establishment parties is feeding new political movements. They include the Farmer Citizen Movement, known by its Dutch acronym BBB, which was established 4 years ago. Although only 9 million out of almost 400 million voters in Europe work in agriculture, they are a vocal and influential bloc that attracts the sympathy of many on a continent where a nation's identity is often tied to the food it produces. Today there are multiple startups making dairy proteins without cows. But back in 2014, Perfect Day founders Rehan Pandya and Perumal Gandhi were in field of one, creating a completely new category in food. So what was Pandya's vision for the business in the early days? How different is it today? And what's the exit strategy for investors who have pumped almost $750 million into the precision fermentation startup over the past decade? Pandya replies, so on one hand, you have the animal-free market, but you also have the massive ESG benefit of being able to reduce the impact of dairy. When Starbucks set their ESG goals, they are looking at dairy because that is the biggest lever to drive their ESG. We realized that companies wanted to use whey protein from fermentation, not necessarily in entirely animal-free products, but to start to move their portfolio or their product lines in that direction. Back in 2014, people didn't believe that the economics could be achieved. The yields you would need were not known to be possible. We have now achieved more than 5 to 10 times yield what experts in the field thought was possible 10 years ago. Thanks for watching Dairy News 7x7 channel with news update from last 7 days. To continue receiving update from this channel, I, Kuldeep Sharma, request you to subscribe this channel and share and like the video. And also, don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you.